Hello and welcome to another self-love video. As always, I'm Lady Snow, part of Lady Snow Meditation. Our topic today is going to go through the different types of abuse. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence is violence from family, including step and in-laws, someone who you're living with, or someone you are dating. If someone who does not fit these categories, then it's not domestic violence. Although, if they do the same things or similar things, it still is toxic and unhealthy for you. Physical abuse is where a person hits, kicks, chokes, throws a object. This kind of abuse is something causing direct physical harm to another person. Sexual abuse is where someone might touch you anywhere on your body without permission. Someone kisses you without consent. Someone tries to have sex with you. With you not wanting it. You can always say no, even if you kiss someone or had sex with someone before. Sexual abuse is more than that. If someone tries to get you under the influence of anything in order to help you make that decision, if they know if you were not under the influence, then your answer would be different. That's rape. If you say no to someone and then they try to talk you into it after that or convince you that you wanted this, that is not allowed either. Someone threaten or intimidate you into sexual acts. This includes threatening someone you love or punishing people for not doing this act. With this includes threatening your job. This is sexual harassment. As you can see, sexual abuse isn't as black and white as yes or no. Sometimes, given the situation, if you say yes, it could still be abuse. If you feel forced to give nude sexual acts with other people, like if you have a relationship that they want you to do a threesome and you don't want to do that, and they try to force you into that, is abuse as well. You can always say yes to sex, but not wanting to do certain activities in the bedroom. You can always stop whenever you want to. This also applies to any married couple. You can stop at any time. No one can force you. I do want to mention that sexual abuse is not a regret. Oh, yesterday I slept with this person, now I regret it today. So it's sexual assault. Yeah, that's not what it is. And you should not be using it as such. This is not what this is not what it is. Sexual abuse, emotional abuse is abuse of the words and the way someone might talk to you. Emotional abuse can range from talking down to someone and saying negative comments, accusing someone of cheating, is a form of it, picking a fight with a person. This does not always mean it is abuse. If it seems like the primal reason for the fight is to um make you feel bad or put you down, then is probably abuse. If someone belittles your efforts or makes you feel like you're less of a person, emotional abuse is, in my opinion, one of the one of the more sneaky forms of abuse and harder to detect. Spiritual abuse is abuse that can happen in an organization or a personal relationship. Spiritual abuse is not limited to one belief or group of people. This um or even a lack of belief. This abuse can happen to a child, adult, or anyone in between. Spiritual abuse is an action of using spell, intimidation, violence, or harm to another person. It is always alright to have a different thought about the divine, even if you are um of the same belief. Spiritual abuse is an action usually by someone who claims to know more. It is very difficult, very commonly found to um, submit um, um, submissions such as saying God says you need to be submissive to me if you're sinning. If you're not, you're sinning. Um, Spiritual abuse is to gain control of another person, usually saying this is um, God's will, um, or what our belief is, tells us to do, or God will punish you if you don't do this. This is most common in matters of um, walking, not walking, taking care of the house, children, sex, convulsion, of if somebody's like gay or something, um, and many others. Yeah, it really depends on the person. People tend to use it as a way of uh, use God as a way of as a tool to get control of another person, and um yeah, it's one that needs to be mentioned as well. um you can always keep or change your faith at any time. This is completely up to you for any of these topics. This is healthy to discuss with each other, but always make sure your opinion is taken seriously. Okay, financial abuse is can come in many shapes. Financial abuse can be someone telling you you can't work or making you give them your money after you get paid, limiting access to resources or funds such as making your money go into a bank account without the without your name on it. Financial abuse can be something like giving someone an allowance of their own funds. This type of abuse can be uh, can be only giving someone just enough money for gas or just enough money for specific things on a shopping list. It can also be something like demanding your bank information or financial information or your pay or something. You are never required to give out that information to another person. Except for the government. But that's a different thing. Um, Saying if you love me, you would buy me this or give me money. This type of abuse can make it harder to leave a person. Now, I do want to mention that not always does these not always does these things mean that it's abuse. some couples do because one person may be bad at spending. It might be that a person might not want a partner or anyone to have access to the earnings, which is completely okay. Even if you're married, if you're like, hey, even though we're getting married, I want to keep my bank separately. That's okay. It's just a issue when an individual uses it as a way of controlling the other individual. Um, but yeah, or if someone has a court appointed payer, because some people, like people who have disabilities or people who may um have an issue with going homeless or something, they might have a pay, and so yeah, they need that. That does not mean your pay is abusing you. No. That means they're taking care of you, which sometimes they take advantage. And that's a different topic and not in this category. Um, it depends on the person. It really does. Okay, gaslighting abuse can be very powerful over a person. Gaslighting is pretty um much crazy making and is turning everything into your fault, or you did this. Confront try to confront them, and they can twist it around and make it your fault. Like they can be like, "Ooh, this happened because of you. I did this because of you." Like that can happen with somebody that gaslights. Um, try to this may still they may steal something, and that um person may be like pretend like it was you or someone else. They may make it seem like you like how could you think they make it seem like how could you think I did this, like it seemed like so hard, like oh my god, like I always get blamed for this, but that's just a tactic that they use. Gaslighting can also be lying about you or someone you love. It can also be accusing someone of cheating without just cause. Sometimes Sometimes it can be a matter of wanting you isolated or alone. That happens a lot with abusers, with a lot of types of abusers, or a lot of types of abuse. They just want you all alone, and they don't want you. They cut you off from supports and stuff. Um, it can be turning you. Um, they can be turning you against people or other people against you. Um, yeah, and pretty much like it can be as simple as, oh, these people that you talk to, they honestly don't like you. They honestly tell me all this stuff about you, or they talk behind your back, or like the other way around, or like yeah, that happens. um gas Gaslighting can come from you confronting the person, or might just come out of nowhere. Okay, disability abuse is very straightforward. It is um in any sort of abuse aimed at a person with a disability, such as financial, emotional, physical, sexual, or any other form of abuse. This type of abuse is a person who aims to take advantage of someone less capable, um, or belittles that person because of that. Um, because of their disability, this kind of abuse is now also considered to be a hate crime, which actually makes sense. Um, Reproductive abuse is a abuse to where one partner tries to take away your choice on having a child or not having one in a matter of trying to control your um life. This may look like into talking you into having a child when you don't feel ready. Other ways are destroying your birth control, poking holes in condoms, preventing you from getting an abortion, refusing to pull out, pretending to be on birth control, when you're not, making your partner get fixed, or pretending to have when you didn't. It is possible to be abused in this way without even ever knowing, because it is a very sneaky form of abuse. It can be, or it can be just plainly obvious. It just really depends on the person. Scapegoating is a form of gaslighting abuse. A scapegoat is a person that gets blamed for everything, um, shaming or blaming when things go wrong. It can happen in the family a lot. Sometimes they consider this person the black sheep, not always, but sometimes, yes. Um, of the family. It can also be in a group of people. It can be in like really healthy really like health centered groups too. Like you would be surprised on the form that it can take. It can be anywhere, like it you can find it in treatment or anything like that. Um but but it's just toxic if it's like that. Well, no, if you live in, sorry. Um it can also happen. Oh, if you feel like you were suffering from um any form of abuse, be sure to seek help. There are domestic violence shelters all over the United States as well as free counseling and other services you may need. Um, there's also in places, if you got like sexually assaulted, you can get free um free STD testing and stuff like that. You just need to know what companies to ask. Be sure to like and subscribe, and like my Facebook page as well. If you have any questions, be sure to ask. And I will answer, share my video with people who it may help. I don't want I don't have any specific topics on domestic violence scheduled. Um, I wasn't sure if it might trigger some people. Um, if you want to like highly recommend a topic, like I can even go into depth about any one of these forms of abuse, if anyone needs that, but only if people request it a lot, because like I said, I don't want to do a topic and have somebody triggered. That would not be good. I will be sure to add this to my YouTube talks, all my topics are for men and women. I want to make that clear because I do not support just women getting abused or just men getting abused. I support everybody with getting help. Anyone can be abused, man, woman, children, adults, which poll, it really doesn't matter. Be yeah, and yeah, and I was just thinking this today, if um if you guys want me to do topics for kids, I will do that as well. Just it really depends on what people want or respond to. Or yeah. Um be safe everyone and have a wonderful day.